Thank you very much once again. It's the second leg, and today we at this particular time we want to celebrate resilience, determination. We want to talk about the ladies in sports who are breaking barriers, who really are not allowing frustrations and everything to eat them up. They are just trying to live their dreams. And when you add beauty, intelligence, education, and everything to it, then you become a superwoman. So she's an ideal woman of our time, trying to inspire girls to do sports. So what really is in sports that she's into? So I have a beauty queen in the house. So that's the way I'll call it. Because of our tradition here, when it is your first time on my set, I'll give you the opportunity to introduce yourself well for Ghanaians to really know who you are, so they don't accuse me. So, dear, how are you?
I'm fine.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Theo.
So, talk to Ghanaians. Who are you?
My name is Korkor Agbah-Hughes. I am one of the female Olympic weightlifters in Ghana on the national team.
So Ghanaians, that's our own. Well, now for us to hit the ground running, let me break the ice. So, which of delicacies do you like most?
Oh, watch it.
Hey.
Watch it forever. Watch it forever. There's no such thing like watch it. Nothing will ever compare.
So while some people are fighting jollof and stuff,
I let them fight because I know there'll be more watch it for me.
great. Weightlifting.
Yes.
I know you like other sports, but what's so unique about weightlifting that has arrested you and everything is weightlifting?
Arrested is a good word because it's really hooked me. Weightlifting is the sports you compete in the snatch and clean and jerk. One of them is one movement, throwing the barbell overhead. And then the second one is you bring it to your shoulders and you take it overhead. And what has hooked me is just the like determination to lift a weight that you've never touched before. That like feeling when you do it and you achieve it is one of the best feelings ever because you've conquered something that most people can't do. Even if they just decided they were going to do it today, I just look at them and be like, you can't just do it today. You have to practice. You have to be resilient. You have to have that drive. You have to want to lift the weight because the weight is heavy. The gravity will always bring it down. It's up to you, the individual, to make it go overhead.
So for a Ghanaian watching, a young lady watching, somebody watching, when did you decide to love this sport?
I've always loved it, watching the Olympics, because it's just like, it's an Olympic sport. It's been around for quite a while, and typically it was full of the men. So when I started noticing that women were competing at the highest level, I was very, very interested because I was just like, I've always admired this as a kid, just watching the Olympic sports. And so I was like, let me try it. And off the bat, I was really good at it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try and compete in it. And when I did my first competition, I won 3rd place. So it was a very good ego and booster for me to just keep going from there.
You are a Ghanaian.
Oh, yes. Native, born and raised here.
So when did you make that transition, moving from Ghana to the States? And
I moved in 2007 to the United States to live with my family. And then I went to school there. I did a lot of my education there. I did study from kindergarten, primary school, SSS. I went to St. Mary's High School. And then I left before I could graduate from there, and I continued my education in the U.S. While I was there, I started working as a coach after college. And then a coworker was a weightlifter, so he showed me the second piece that I didn't know about. And then we decided, yeah, I was really good at it, so I should definitely compete.
Great. We see lots of Ghanaians getting opportunities to go to the States.
Yeah.
Then the mindset changes. They decide, okay, I still love my sport. I want to do this, but I won't do it for my country.
Yeah.
For one or two reasons.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to represent the brand? Because I see you in videos on social media every day. And there is always a Ghana somewhere.
Yeah, even right now.
Right now. I keep saying, what really is it? Tell me, what's this?
I think it has to do with just being born and raised here. There's something about growing up here that made me very passionate. In school, I always wanted to do sports. I wanted to do what the kids were doing. And then when I was in the US, when I was competing, I was always, almost always the only black woman in the room out of all the other women competing. So it definitely motivated me to want to bring it to my own people, because I'm just like, other people are doing it here. And when I go to world championships, I see other countries and there are other black women from other countries also doing it. So I'm like, why not? Ghanaian women are very strong. We are very, very resourceful, resilient, and we're hard workers. So I've always just wanted to represent my country, no matter what, wherever I go. Everybody who knows me from the outside world, they know me as a Ghana girl. They know about Ghana. They know they want to visit sometime. I always invite them. So naturally, I just wanted to represent my country, at least on the biggest platform, which is the Olympics. I've always had that dream to represent my country and my family on the Olympic stage one day, but for Ghana.
We sometimes hear the unfortunate news about racism here and there, teasing here and there. Have you ever encountered it, and how did you
I've
overcome it?
definitely encountered some kind of discrimination being the only black female in the room, but it's nothing that's ever swayed me. I've always been an advocate for women of color because everybody sees us as strong, so they don't really fight for us. But I've always been that person to always fight for women, especially women of color, because we are overlooked. Everybody thinks we're strong, so we don't need advocates, but it's quite the opposite. Is that stigma that we are so strong that they can overlook us in our pain, what we're doing, what we're struggling with. No one really cares most of the time, but I always make sure that I am a voice for any black woman who is feeling like her voice isn't heard. I'm always the one there to speak up for them.
Okay, so coming to the real deal about weightlifting.
Yes.
Unlike football, tennis, other disciplines, we hear it pays. Your sports, educate us. Does it pay?
My sport is not, I wouldn't say it's not lucrative. It's lucrative, but unfortunately, the Ghana Weightlifting Federation hasn't been quite organized in terms of financing the athletes, especially the national level athletes like myself who compete internationally. So I've never been paid by my federation for this sport. Quite frankly, I've been the one to pay my way through to get to competitions, to get to delegate meetings for Congress. It's always been me. And then quite recently, my family helps me, and then my sponsors also help me. So it's been really interesting coming back to Ghana and trying to be here more and often so that I can really dive into the issues within the Ghana Weightlifting Federation, because there are people who also live in the US who are just like me, who are Ghanaian and don't want to switch nationalities or compete for Team USA. They want to compete for Team Ghana. So I need to be here on the ground to encourage them that, listen, this is not a hopeless dream at all. It is possible to compete for your country and still make money from it. It's just up to us to make sure that this federation that we have, we structure it properly and we pay the athletes and support the athletes to their highest ability, because once we get to the top, you know, we're Ghanaians, we're going to skyrocket and take the medals and take the gold.
Your dream about being one of them, okay, going to the Olympics.
Yes.
Yeah. Where is it? Yes, you represent Ghana. You go stand.
Yeah.
You do it on your own. But what is so keen about this Olympic dream? And since when did you start the walk towards the Olympic platform?
Okay, so good question. Like I said, as a kid, I've always loved the Olympics and I wanted to go there, but I didn't know what sport I would be going for because I wasn't a sprinter. I grew up with asthma, so that track was out of the question. You know, there's shot put and stuff like that, but I never felt like there was a sport that I could do to get to that level, even though I was very sporty and athletic. So finding weightlifting, I realized, okay, if the sport is called Olympic weightlifting, it's literally an Olympic sport. And I competed at a national level competition in the US, and I competed at the World Championships, and it was great. So I decided I wanted to try going for the Olympics. And I started for the Paris Olympics that just happened in 2024. I went to a few of the Olympic qualifiers, and they were great because they were pushing everybody, especially the African continent, to get there, because it was just going to be one of a kind of Olympic, and we were trying to get there. Unfortunately for me, that trajectory was cut short because I didn't have the chances to attend all of the Olympic qualifiers because of funding issues. You know, I tried, my family really tried to help me with the sponsorships. I paid out of pocket from working, and I just couldn't get to all of them. And the federation didn't help in any shape or form. So it was unfortunate because seeing my friends who are on Team USA get the support that they need to help them just be true athletes, and they were all there, getting there to Paris, was kind of sad. It was encouraging and motivating to see that other people can do it with support. They can start from nowhere and get there with the right support. And although I was happy for them, it was also sad for me to realize that I chose to compete from this country and they are letting me down.
So imagine you decide to do the opposite. You feel that you could have been at Paris Olympics. Imagine you switched.
In terms of this Paris Olympics, probably not, because there were other athletes. There's so many athletes on Team USA that are competing with each other. They are also having their own.
And your weight category is
yes,
heavyweight.
yes, it's 87 plus category. So they have. They had two of them battling. There was one who was a former teammate of mine, Mary. She came out of nowhere and she just blasted the other girl who was a three-time Olympian or something like that. So they also have their own thing. But the thing with it that they have is they have a healthy competition and everybody has a shot because the federation there helps the athletes. Here, you don't even have that shot.
So we are crawling. We'll get there.
Okay.
And so now, coming back home and saying that, okay, let me come and rally. What's the plan for the girls trying to have a dream like yours? What's the plan?
For the
You
girls who
coming
want
back?
to be like me and have a dream like me, they should definitely keep pushing the boundaries. If someone says, no, you can't, you can do it. I tell them all the time, I can do it. People will block you from trying to do things. Seek help from people like me who are doing it. I want the federation to be very organized and structured so that we can have a pathway to introduce new people into the sport, because there's so many talent that we haven't discovered yet. I'm not the only one that could do what I'm doing. There's so many young girls and women who could easily do this with the right coaching and the right support and direction. So I would love to have a platform to help them in any way or shape or form I can help them.
Okay. So now that Ghana is watching, they've heard your story. And in the coming weeks, months, what should we expect? You are in town. What's the feeling?
Well, I'm actually excited to be here training. The weightlifting gym was just reopened, which is a good step in the right direction because it's been shut down for 2 years. And we had a horrible training space. So for now, I'm here, I'm trying to train. We have African Championships in Mauritius in April, so I'm training for that along with my teammates. And we also have the weightlifting elections coming up on March 8th because we need new leadership, we need new structure. There's some positions opened up. I would like to see a really good, well-run, organized election so that we athletes who want more for the sport can have a voice to also make decisions and encourage people to join our sport, because what's happening is we talk about our sport and people think it's a joke. They think our federation is a joke. But when you go to the other side of the world, everybody takes weightlifting so seriously. And I take weightlifting so seriously. I'm very passionate about it. I'm passionate about the laws that the IWF puts in place for athletes so that they are safe and they're protected. And I'm passionate about just lifting the bar and throwing it overhead. So I would like to see a really nice election where we can have some new leadership, because quite frankly, what's been going on hasn't been the greatest. And that's just my personal opinion.
Okay. Thank you very much. So that's our own. She's our own. She was here and then she has gone. So you said you were with Wiggy.
With where?
Your school, your former school.
St. Mary's Girls Secondary School.
Okay, so
Mary's.
So on your social media handles, where would they find you so that they just start
on
following?
Instagram, I'm Mimi Catherine,
Okay.
MIMIKATHERINE.
Okay.
And on Facebook, it's Mari without an E and Hughes. I don't know if you can find me there, fine, but I'm mostly on Instagram.
Okay. So guys, let's go there and just give her a shout out and then encourage her more. We're hoping to see her more and more of the ladies coming, because remember, the just ended African Games, the first gold medal we had was from weightlifting, and it was from a woman too, a female, Winifred. So, and the other weightlifters that are making Ghana proud without that support she's talking about. And so imagine the support comes in. We'll be doing more. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
This will not be the last time you'll be here.
Okay,
we'll try and then get you guys here and then get other ladies also to love your sport.
Yes.
Thank you very much for doing the watching. That's been the page. The page returns same time tomorrow. Have a lovely day.